Hey everyone, today we are going to visit Lake Mead at the Hoover Dam. We can finally see it right here on the horizon. You can see how low it is. You see all the mineral deposits it left as bathtub rings. Right here is a very good view of Lake Mead. You can really see how low it is. All the white bathtub rings on the far side of it. Today is November 7th, 2022. And the lake is 184 feet below full pool. This is gonna look really awesome once we get to the dam, and you'll be able to see the distinct bathtub rings on the canyon walls, and we'll be able to walk around on it. Right now we're going over the bridge right in front of the Hoover Dam, but I think they intentionally make the railings high so you don't get distracted looking at it. It's right to our left. I remember a day ago we took this road to Lake Mead, and it's a very bumpy road, one of the worst dirt roads I ever been on. It goes into the dried up lake bed, and there was a bunch of camping sites down there. That's all there was. Wasn't that exciting. Alright everyone, right now we have to go through a security checkpoint, and we have to put down all the windows so the officer can look in the back to see if there's anything suspicious or not. Hello.
Any guns on board?
No.
Maybe pull to the right, lane 3, please.
Well, it looks like we're going to get the car searched. That didn't happen over the weekend when we were here. Probably looks suspicious with all the gas cans and stuff.
How you doing, buddy?
Good, how are you?
Okay, what we got going on? Oh, let's tow. Can I open it up?
Yeah, sure.
Any firearms?
No, it's camera equipment.
Okay. There you go. All right, have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, here is the parking lot to go walk across the bridge and look at the dam, which we'll do afterwards. Right now we're driving down to park at the dam, look around. I was here over the weekend, and I decided to come back today because it was just so crowded, but it looks like it didn't make much of a difference. Maybe tomorrow will be a good day to come back again. It's supposed to be rainy. I bet that'll keep most people away. That's really awesome looking. Take a look at this power pole, or that power tower, how it's crooked at that 45-degree angle. That looks really cool. Alrighty, here's my first view of the place since parking. Take a look at the spillway. It hasn't ran in many decades. Bone dry, filling up with debris. Check that out, that's an awesome tunnel. Check out all those amazing bathtub rings. And here we are in Arizona at the Arizona Spillway. We're gonna go walk across the street and see the giant tunnel. All right, on the other side of the road, this is so awesome. The Spillway Tunnel. You can see that it looks like the only water that's been flowing down here is from rain. You can see the really small water lines coming out of that culvert to the right and just being collected by the spillway itself. If you listen carefully, you can even hear the Colorado River echoing up through it. Here we are behind the spillway. Based on the bushes and trees, there hasn't been water here in many, many years. The last time these spillways actually worked was in the early 80s, and the last time the dam was near full pool was 1998. The past 25 years, it's been pretty low, but in the past just couple, it's been severely low. 184 feet below capacity right now. If this reservoir goes down just a couple hundred more, the dam might be unable to produce electricity anymore, which means they're going to have to start firing up more coal burning plants to replace that in the short term until another solution is done. This is cool. It looks like they sprayed the entire hill with concrete. And look at that tiny little dam down there. What do you think the purpose of that is? Are they trying to keep the reservoir out? Or to me, it looks like it might just be a sediment dam to prevent things from maybe going into stuff. Not exactly sure. Take a look at Arizona time. They are 1 hour ahead of Nevada time. We're right at the time zone. We're about to cross and go 1 hour into the past. There's Nevada time. That's a really, really far drop. I love those ripples the wind is making out there. If you look over by the edge, the water's actually very shallow. Very, very clean water. Take a look at the wind making all those ripples down there. That's so cool to see. Really nice shiny doors. It's not even windy right here. It's only in the middle of the dam where it's all being concentrated. This is really awesome. Check out this drainage ditch at the bottom of the dam to collect all the rainwater. It's really cool how it goes over here. It squiggles behind the powerhouse. And take a look at that tunnel. That's where all the workers come in. It's how all those vehicles parked down there got there. See, the tunnel goes in there and it comes out right over here. You can see the road. Right there is where the spillway in Nevada comes out. The Arizona spillway we cannot see from here. Okay, yes, this place is definitely not as packed as the weekend. Just take a look where the water line is supposed to be. This platform here, water would be there. Water would be right up against those pillars of that building. All right, everyone, here we are looking into the spillway on the Nevada side. That's one really big tunnel. Water hasn't been here in such a long time. Take a look at all the shrubs and bushes growing down there. Got this road that's supposed to be way underwater. It's been so dry here since the late 90s. Look where the water's supposed to be. Cool tunnels over there. Unfortunately, all that cool stuff is off limits. There's such tight security here, I'm not even going to try even going in culverts on the road going to the dam. See right here on the dam? That's a water gauge. Whoever installed that probably didn't know this was going to happen. Take a look at that. There's probably a couple $100 worth of change here. I even see a couple dollar coins in the bunch. And imagine how many didn't land here and are down in the water. It's kind of cool seeing all the coins. It's really cool seeing these gigantic grates. I've seen videos of the place where they have to go down there and get all the mussels, or maybe they're clams, something like that. They stick to all the grates, they go inside all the plumbing, and they jam it up. So they have to scrape it. That would be the only reason why it would shut down in a Life After People. I saw it on that show. So I just bought a bottle of water because I want to try that thing people do where they pour it off the side but the water goes up because of the severe wind. That's a really cool bottle just to keep as a novelty. It's an aluminum bottle. It was $5, a lot actually. Cool. Going down into the visitor center. That's a disappointment. The wind completely stopped since I was out here a half hour ago. That was awesome. It went like halfway across the road. I can't believe that actually worked. I didn't think there was going to be enough wind today since it's not nearly as windy as yesterday. That was awesome. All right, one more time. You can see the Nevada spillway over here very well. Here's a really good view from up above. now we're climbing up these stairs to go up to the highway bridge, which has a pedestrian walkway on the side of it, so we can get a really good view of the Hoover Dam. That's awesome. That's an awesome culvert pipe right there. You see it starts right around here, goes underneath all of this stuff, and comes out right here. I shouldn't call it a culvert pipe. It's not a pipe. It looks more of a tunnel, maybe. Check it out, everyone. I'm standing in 2 states right now. And I'm also standing in 2 time zones. I don't know if you can see, but there's a lot of nesting birds down there. It's pretty cool that you're actually able to see this. Before they built this bridge we're on now, you had to drive across this dam, which was a big inconvenience because you had to go very slow on the winding cliff.
there. You're just Pasok ka sa taas. Still this lane. Right in my head. But I'll tell you, it makes it a whole lot harder to climb up those stairs. When I first came on board, they're like, hey, we're going to go climb these stairs. And I'm like, yeah, this is going to be awesome. It's so cool. We're going to climb up, and we can't get out. We can't get the door open. Nobody can get the door open.
No more tourists.
Take a look at how low Lake Mead is. Right now, there's supposed to be water here, all the way up to the campground where all those palm trees are and the artificial forest that they're probably watering. On a good year, we should be deep underwater. Very bumpy, rocky parking lot. We're supposed to be way underwater. Take a look at the water line over there on that island. It's not an island anymore, but you see the tip. It's supposed to be an island. Pulling back out. Look where this guy parked, right in the middle of the road. Driving back down here again. This guy's still parked in the middle of the road. This is very interesting because as the water gets lower and lower, they keep making a new parking lot lower and lower. This right here is for you to put all your boat trailers, anyone going swimming out on the waters where you park after you put your boat in the water. You see? Look up here. Another parking lot, another. There's probably a dozen rows of parking lots here because they keep making another and another as it gets further down, so you don't have to walk from way up there. And they'll probably make another parking lot when the water drops even more. We're walking over now to a boat wreck. We're actually looking for a bigger shipwreck. Maybe we'll be able to find that. There's so many ducks in the water. That's a lot of ducks out there. All over the place. This is really cool. A shipwreck. Look at all the stuff aboard it too. There's the engine. All the fabric isn't even that bad. I wonder how long it was down. That's so cool. Remember when I mentioned that these things clog up the intakes of the Hoover Dam? Wow, look at them. You see how they build up They just keep sticking to each other until it gets so bad. The pipe's diameter is so tiny. Every piece of it is covered in these guys. Compared to the surrounding land, take a look at how lush it is down here. Look at these tumbleweeds. They're still pretty green. All of the tumbleweeds that aren't near the water have already broken off and are flying around everywhere. See a concrete anchor there on the ground? This was probably a parking lot at some point also. Take a look at the sign. Maybe last year when the lake was a little bit lower. Now that I'm driving away from the water, you see what I mean by all these parking lot after parking lot? They just keep coming down here with graders, making another and another. There's actually a good amount of growth right here, showing you the water hasn't been here in a while. Look at all that stuff. Good 10 feet tall, some of them. Now, I just drove through here because this goes around near that shipwreck that we just saw, that speedboat wreck. We can actually drive around and maybe find another wreck. Alright everyone, so here we are at another speedboat wreck. Look across the water at that abandoned building that's usually underwater. I wish it was warmer out. I'd go swimming over there. I could probably swim across this. Maybe 20 minutes, or that's probably a lot further than it looks. Maybe next time I come out west, I'll bring a kayak. This isn't even much of a boat anymore. This thing's completely ruined. I think there's more pieces of it all over the beach. It's got a couple tanks. The carpet is covered in those little mussels. Alrighty, that boat was pretty interesting. Now we're getting back onto the road. They have all these large mounds where you gotta drive way up out of the way to get around them. All right, these roads are getting really bad, and that one back there was really soft. Take a look at this engine. That is awesome. Is that an engine? It might not be. I thought it was from a distance. What do you guys think? Maybe it's just a big winch. This is really weird. I'm driving down the boat ramp, and yet they have electrical work, street lights, in a place that might flood again. Most likely will flood again at some point. Still looking for that big shipwreck, and this is actually kind of fun driving around here in the old lake bed. Lots of marinas here, multiple parking lots. It's kind of a big maze. Can't go down here. I gotta go back up to get around this blockade to get over where those other cars are. Going down there to where all the houseboats and stuff are. Take a look at all these utilities and stuff. I was driving over a whole bunch of small concrete ditches that were covered up. I believe that's electrical work going down. You see they keep bulldozing this into a parking lot further and further down as the water drops. That's why it's all flattened out. Alright, we're back on the pavement. I think it's really cool. They have signs around here telling you when the water was at different points. Like we just passed one that said 2002 was the last time it was up here. Driving down the final road at the end of this place. Really bad parking lot. The grader didn't do as good of a job here as the other spots. So this is visitor parking, but we're gonna walk off and try to find that shipwreck now, as far as we can possibly go. The dry, cracking ground looks amazing. Look at these cracks. Some of them are over a foot deep. Look at this, the whole piece moves around. You can even see people's footprints when it was still muddy all over it. What do you think this is? A lot of fire damage? Maybe a part of a boat? It's probably because we're right next to a marina, but I can't believe the amount of debris and garbage. Pieces of plastic boats, buoys, lawn chairs, basically anything you can think of. Lake Mead has so much garbage. Look at that. An electric grill. There's a carpet there. Look at that, a barbell. You know, I take back what I said. It is actually pretty hot out now that I'm actually out and walking around. And I'm sure Lake Mead is great for swimming because this summer there was many months of 100-degree temperatures. I'm sure it's nice and warm. But those things are actually probably a lot further away than I realize. So I think in the future I'm just gonna come here with a kayak, and sometime I just wanna walk when I have the time. When I come out here next time, I'm gonna make sure I have enough days to be able to just walk and explore. There's so many abandoned things, rusty metal parts, other debris all over the place. All right, everyone, we finally made it to the abandoned ship. Unfortunately, most of it is not visible. The water's not as low as it was last year. On the screen, I'm gonna leave a picture of what it looked like last year. Got a lot more random things here on the bottom of Lake Mead. The water is really nice, that greenish blue color. Very nice and mineral rich. Yeah, you can see how big this thing really is. That is not part of it. That looks like a gigantic tire from maybe a front loader or something. Look at this, a little green oasis. Because these are stream beds. Yes, it's usually far underwater, but this is where all the nice mud and stuff comes and collects. Very rich for stuff to start growing. You see right here, you can tell this cracked, but the water came up a little bit. I see a lot of animal tracks too. I'll definitely come check this thing out again if water levels get as low as they were last year when this was almost completely out. Wrecks are always way cooler when they're full metal. All those speedboats, I have no idea why the Park Service doesn't clean them up. They're an eyesore. It's just a piece of plastic that's just going to keep breaking into smaller pieces, getting into the drinking water. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of islands over there. That's where that big concrete building was I was showing you. That's usually underwater. You can tell they're usually just tiny little islands. Only the black tips are what typically shows when this is full. Someday we're gonna have to go out there. I didn't realize they were islands at first, but yes, they are. There's no way to walk to them. Sometime I'm definitely going to bring a kayak. Look at these nice flowers. Got a whole bunch of ducks over here again. Looks like a bunch of rotten wooden parts are also on this ship. So according to online, it's a Higgins boat, a landing craft from the early 1940s. That's what we have here, sunken. Take a look at all this fabric. It looks like the padding you would find underneath a carpet. All over the place. I can't believe the amount of garbage I'm finding here. And I'm very surprised that no one picks it up. Especially this being Lake Mead National Park. I can understand leaving all the things like metal. Those are cool and they don't damage the environment. But plastic is such a mess. See, this is a stream bed, or it used to be before it was a lake, and now it's a stream bed once again. Anytime it would rain, this is where the water enters. Take a look at this. You have a bunch of tumbleweeds here, and they're pretty far underwater too. So that shows this lake did rise pretty recently. Maybe about 4 or 5 feet it looks like. Take a look at this duck. It looks so nice. Black with a bright white beak. And there's thousands of these guys. You saw earlier there was another giant crowd of them when we first got down to the water. Wow, take a look at this satellite image right here. The Colorado River entering Lake Mead. It looks so dried up. I'm surprised because I was just at the Colorado River a couple days ago before it enters, and it didn't look that bad. It only looked a few feet below normal. Here's what I saw a few days ago. The Colorado River. Just taking a look at water levels before it hits Lake Mead, which we're going to visit today. And then we're going to look at water conditions leaving Lake Mead to see the difference of the water being taken from the Colorado. Right here, upstream, it really doesn't look low at all. Looks like it's maybe 2 feet below capacity. Not looking bad at all. It's amazing how many people rely on this river. It's not as big as I expected it to be. Alright, it looks like we're actually getting a pretty sunset. I'm going to end the video here. Sometime in the future, there's a lot of places to explore. Just look at this Google Map image here. You could spend months, years, and never walk the entire coast or explore every part of this place. It's so big, and I'm sure there's so many hundreds of cool things along the banks of it. Most of the lake is in treacherous terrain surrounded by cliffs. It's not easily accessible like this. Unless it being low, maybe there's a lot of mud bars to walk on now. But you see, when it's full, there's a lot of pretty sheer cliffs around it. Hope today's video was interesting. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. There's a lot of trash here. What do you guys think? Are people just throwing all this debris off their boats? Look at this, there's a comforter, a full rug, whole bunch of bed sheets and stuff. Maybe some homeless guy got blasted out of a culvert in nearby Las Vegas. I literally saw from the road, I can't believe he's allowed to live in there, a whole little house built inside a culvert pipe right on the edge of the road, visible for all traffic to see. And I know that those guys sometimes even get killed during flash floods, because in this area, it can rain out of nowhere. Just quick downpour, the culverts blast briefly, and I know some of those people who live in there occasionally get killed because of that. This is kind of cool, everyone. Check out all the light pollution hitting the clouds from Las Vegas. I haven't been able to see it the past couple of days while in the area because we had clear skies, but now that it's cloudy, it's able to reflect. And tomorrow is supposed to be rainy for the first time in a really long time for the area.